The Dreamcatcher Voyage 2026 rested quietly at the marina, glowing white under the soft light of dawn. The sea was calm, smooth as glass, reflecting the boat as if the vessel had a twin beneath the water. People began to gather on the dock, their footsteps echoing lightly against the wooden planks. There was laughter, the rustle of bags, the nervous excitement of strangers about to share the same journey. For some, this was their first time at sea. For others, it was a chance to relive memories they thought they had left behind. The captain stood by the gangway, his weathered face calm, his sharp blue eyes scanning the horizon before resting on the arriving guests. "Welcome aboard the Dreamcatcher Voyage," he said, his voice carrying easily across the morning air. "This isn't just a boat, and this isn't just a trip. Out there, you'll find something you didn't even know you were searching for." His words carried a weight that hushed the group for a moment, before smiles returned and people stepped onto the deck one by one. Inside, the boat was alive with light. Wide glass windows let the morning sun flood the lounge, glinting off polished wooden floors. White cushioned seats lined the room, while soft music hummed from hidden speakers. A faint aroma of coffee drifted from the small cafe corner. Couples sat close together, whispering with excitement. Children pressed their faces to the glass, eager to see the water more clearly. A solo traveler leaned against the rail, eyes closed, breathing deeply as if memorizing the salt in the air. With a low hum, the engines stirred. Slowly, the boat pulled away from the marina, the dock slipping into the distance. The water opened before them, endless and shimmering under the rising sun. The Dreamcatcher Voyage glided forward with a grace that surprised its size, as if the sea itself parted to welcome it. "Look!" a boy shouted suddenly from the front deck. A pod of dolphins leapt from the waves, arching high before diving back into the blue. Gasps and laughter spread across the boat. Cameras clicked, children cheered, and for a moment everyone leaned together over the railing, united in wonder. The captain, watching from above, allowed himself a quiet smile. He had seen dolphins countless times, yet every encounter still felt like a blessing. Hours passed, but no one felt the time slip away. Some stretched out on deck chairs with cold drinks, eyes hidden behind sunglasses as they soaked in the sun. Others explored the cabins, finding the bedrooms with their large windows that looked straight onto the sea, or the lounge where travelers began sharing stories. A young couple from Italy spoke of their honeymoon, a family from Canada joked about how they had left the cold behind, and an older man confessed he had taken this trip alone to remember his late wife who had always dreamed of sailing. The boat itself seemed to draw out confessions, as if the ocean encouraged honesty. By evening, the sky burned with streaks of orange and crimson. The captain anchored the boat near a small tropical island, its palms swaying gently in the evening breeze. Lanterns were lit along the deck, glowing softly against the darkening sky. Dinner tables were set with silver cutlery and flickering candles. The smell of grilled fish and spiced vegetables filled the air. Laughter rolled over the water, blending with the strum of a guitar played by one of the crew. Couples danced slowly near the railing while children chased each other across the deck, their giggles carried by the wind. "Feels like the boat is floating in the middle of the stars," whispered a woman, resting her head on her husband's shoulder as she looked at the sky. The stars were endless, scattered so thick across the heavens that the travelers felt small yet infinite at the same time. Some stayed up late, lying on cushions on the upper deck, watching meteors streak across the night. Others slipped quietly into their cabins, lulled by the soft rocking of the boat and the rhythm of waves. The second day began with the boat gliding into emerald green waters bordered by towering cliffs. Mist curled down from the rocks, surrounding the vessel in a dreamlike haze. Cameras clicked rapidly, but many lowered their devices just to feel the moment without distraction. Kayaks were lowered into the water, and eager adventurers paddled close to the cliffs, their bright paddles flashing against the green reflections. Their laughter echoed between the stone walls, blending with the cries of distant seabirds. On the deck, the captain gathered everyone. "Keep your eyes open," he said. "This place often brings surprises." Moments later, the water broke as dolphins appeared again, dancing alongside the boat. Children screamed with joy, leaning over the rails. One dolphin leapt so close its spray hit a small group, making them laugh even harder. For nearly an hour, the pod stayed with them, as if escorting the Dreamcatcher Voyage through the hidden valley. That evening, the crew transformed the deck into a dining hall again. A long wooden table stretched across it, decorated with fresh flowers and glowing candles. Dishes of seafood, fruits, and desserts were passed around, and glasses clinked in celebration. The air was warm, the music soft, and the sunset bled into purples and pinks. As night fell, people lay on cushions scattered across the deck, staring up at the Milky Way. Some whispered dreams to each other, while others remained silent, content just to breathe in the infinity above. On the third day, the sea turned into a window. The water was so clear that the coral reefs below glowed brightly, alive with color. Guests gasped as they leaned over the sides, seeing fish dart between coral fans. Snorkeling gear was handed out, and soon the water filled with swimmers. Their laughter bubbled through snorkel tubes as someone shouted, "A turtle!" And dozens rushed to see it. A family swam together, holding hands beneath the surface, while a couple floated side by side, watching schools of yellow fish dart around them. Back on the boat, others relaxed in the lounge, sipping tall glasses of juice while watching through the glass bottom panels. The underwater world unfolded like a living painting beneath their feet. For hours they remained captivated, unwilling to look away. That evening, the captain guided the Dreamcatcher Voyage into a hidden cove. A bonfire was lit on the beach. People gathered around it, roasting food on sticks, clapping in rhythm as a crew member played drums. The sand was alive with dancing feet, and voices rose together in song. The houseboat floated nearby, its lights glowing softly, watching like a guardian. Reflections shimmered across the dark water, and the night seemed to stretch forever. The fourth day was different. The horizon darkened with heavy clouds, and the wind picked up quickly. The once gentle waves grew restless, slamming against the hull with sharp sprays of water. The passengers gathered nervously inside as the storm approached. Rain pounded the deck, lightning split the sky, and thunder rolled like a giant's drum. The boat rose and fell on towering waves, its wooden frame creaking but unyielding. Inside the lounge, people held onto each other. A mother whispered calming words to her child. A man squeezed his partner's hand tightly. Some prayed softly, while others stared out the windows, their faces pale. The captain's voice rang through the intercom, steady and strong, "Stay calm." The Dreamcatcher Voyage was built for seas like this. Trust her, and trust us. The storm raged for hours, testing everyone's courage. Yet slowly, the wind eased. The thunder drifted farther away. The waves shrank. Finally, as dawn broke, sunlight pierced through the clouds, painting the sea in silver. People rushed onto the deck, drenched but smiling, relief pouring from their hearts. Cheers erupted, and applause echoed for the captain and crew. The boat had proven its strength, and the passengers had discovered their own. The final morning was quiet, almost reverent. The boat sailed smoothly back toward the marina. Travelers stood together on the deck, no longer strangers. Friendships had formed, bonds had deepened, and every face carried the glow of shared memory. The last sunrise spread gold across the horizon, its light reflecting on the water as if blessing the journey. No one spoke much. Silence felt like the right language. As the marina came into view, people felt the ache of endings. They didn't want to step off, didn't want the magic to dissolve. The captain guided the boat gently into place. He stood at the helm, his voice calm but heavy with meaning. Journeys end, but dreams never do. Take what you've found here, and let it live with you always. One by one, passengers stepped off, some with tears in their eyes, some with smiles too wide to hide. A young boy turned back to wave at the boat, his voice carrying across the dock, "Goodbye, Dreamcatcher." The houseboat rested quietly once more, gleaming in the morning light, waiting for the next dreamers to climb aboard and let the sea carry them into its embrace.